Welcome to Counterbuzz. My name is Greg Rosink, and I'm here today with Ryan Williams from FX Luminaire. Today we're going to be talking about the standard series of fixtures. Can you explain to us a little bit more about what the standard series means?
Well, we have two different series. We call it the designer series and the standard series, and that really divides our product line in half. And with that product line in half, the standard series focuses on fixtures that use standard type lamps. We're talking MR16s, G4s, and other lamps. The designer series focuses on more control options and doubles the warranty from a longevity standpoint.
Now, the difference in the actual fixtures themselves, what differentiates you from a standard series to that designer series?
Well, a lot of it's design, a lot of it's the LEDs that are used, like I said, the longevity from a warranty standpoint, control elements with the Luxor, as well as other bells and features that are associated with the fixtures.
Okay, so talking about the standard series line that we have in front of us, is this the entire standard series of fixtures?
Not at all, Greg. What this does is this focuses on the entry-level category of the standard series. And we're talking today about the RS uplight, the SPA path light, and the WS wall wash.
Okay, so that's what we have in front of us. Can you tell our customers a little bit more about each of these fixtures?
Sure. This is the RS, and this has been a bread and butter fixture for FX Luminaire for 30 years. And not a lot of changes have happened over the course of the 30 years. We've done some tune-ups here or there, but this design has really tested the test of time. And there's a few features that I want to talk about that really walks us through the RS itself. Number one, and most importantly, we do use a spring inside the fixture. Let me show you here. And what the spring inside does is this pushes the lamp all the way forward up against the glass lens itself. Okay. What that does is that maximizes the amount of light that we're gaining from using the fixture. There are other options that you can do where you can take this lamp and it could be a fixed mount deep inside, but what that does is that really restricts the amount of light and cuts that down. So we want to maximize that light and make them more efficient. What that also allows me to do is that allows me to have more accessory lenses. Okay, so if I want to use a hex baffle like this accessory right here, or even a Solite spread lens, then in this case what I can do is I can put it right up against the lamp itself, and when I close and push the shroud back on, that lamp holds that accessory right in place. Okay. So it is always at the right ideal spot and position.
Okay. And that's a great feature. What does the hex baffle accomplish for us when it's inside of the feature?
Well, the hex baffle really cuts down on the amount of light. Remember, our enemy for landscape lighting is the glare, or that source of the light. And any way that we can cut down that glare, the better our lighting jobs are going to be. The most common way to hide that glare is to use a longer shroud. So this is the shorter version. We also have a 45-degree option that'll increase the length of the shroud and really cut down on a lot of the light that might be getting to our eyes. The other option is this hex baffle here. So with this hex baffle, what I'm doing is I'm cutting down on any light that will go to the side. So if we look at this hex baffle straight on, and then the moment I try to turn that angle there, as you can see, it really cuts down on how much light is passing through.
Okay, so you would eliminate some of that glare if you were looking at it from a side angle. So that's really key when you're doing an installation on your landscape lighting. I mean, to see glare from the fixture is definitely a faux pas in your design. Is that right?
Absolutely. And just imagine when you're walking out your front door and you just see these what we call glare bombs right in front of the door. Mm-hmm. It's blinding, it's distracting, and it kind of ruins your experience in that outdoor living space, however you have that set up.
Okay, and I notice when I'm looking at the front of this fixture here, it has a 35-degree number on it. What does that mean? Well,
we found that it's easier to mark those degrees on the top of the lamp, and I'm glad that you can see that. We have several different options with those lamps: a 10-degree, a 35, and a 60. And what that does is that measures what we call the beam angle. Okay? That beam angle, as that beam angle becomes tighter, it focuses more light and makes that light more intense. So that's very common for flagpoles or any long and narrow post. Common for us would be palm trees. Anytime that I want to have something a little bit more wider, maybe I have a wide canopy, I have a wall to wash in a sense, in those cases I want to take that beam angle and spread it out. That cuts down on the intensity from a height standpoint, but it really makes it a smooth transition of light no matter what we're lighting.
Okay, definitely. And for some of our customers that might be newer to landscape lighting and may not have done much of this before, can you explain kind of what you're accomplishing with each one of these fixtures as far as lighting a scenario or maybe even lighting a focal point in your yard?
Sure. Well, the RS specifically, we call this, commonly we call it an uplight. It's designed to shine upwards. It has other names like bullet light or spotlight that really kind of describe the shape, general shape of that fixture. This is going to be your most common style of fixture to use in any landscape setting. And it's ground mounted, so that makes it very easy to install. And we're just very comfortable in using with this type of fixture in the landscape itself.
Okay. And how about this?
So next we move on to a path light style, right? This is going to be your second most popular style. It's generally used around or close to paths, but it doesn't have to be. It's often used in flower pots. It's often used at borders of properties to mark general flower beds and other areas themselves.
Okay.
So that's SPA path light. It really came from a legacy product that we've called the SP for many years. It's always been made out of copper and brass, and out of that design, we needed a fixture that met the price point of the RS. And so we took the design of the copper and brass options, we changed the material type to aluminum, and then I have a perfect, we'll call it brother fixture for the SP, but it's made out of aluminum. Okay. The price point can match, they work together, they're designed similarly, and they really create this perfect little team.
Perfect. And then what kind of, with a wall wash, what kind of features and what kind of different aspects can you gain from using a wall light? Yeah,
well this wall wash, we call it the WS. And this WS fixture is designed to be that wall wash configuration, which really means, remember how we talked about the beam angle? The beam angle becomes really wide. So rather than having a 10 degree, 35, 60 degree beam angle here, we're moving to between a 90 and 120 degree beam angle here. The goal for a wall wash is to, generally speaking, wash the wall. I want them to be close to the wall or whatever feature that I'm trying to highlight. And I want it to be very soft light. So that's why we spread out the beam angle and give you that smooth, consistent wash of whatever I'm lighting up.
Okay, so the standard series, it's a value line, it's a good starter package. Is this a good product line for people that are both new to lighting and folks that might be more seasoned lighting professionals?
This is a classic package. We've designed it around this entry-level category, and because it is entry-level, we've priced it at a list price of $99 for each one. It makes it very easy to mix and match. It makes it easy to swap these spotlights out for the wall washes, and it has become a very good package for us. They are all styled the same, as you can see from an RS and a WS standpoint. They have the same angles and look and feel, and we did that intentionally.
Okay, fantastic. And I know that we talk about some of our zoning, dimming, color capabilities. What kind of capabilities do we get out of these fixtures?
Well, the benefit to the RS is it uses that MR16 lamp, and from a Luxor standpoint, we do have the ZD MR16 lamp, which does zoning and dimming with the Luxor, that two-wire technology that FX has become known for. But for the other options that we have the path light and the wall wash both use a G4 lamp. And that G4 lamp, it's best controlled by what we call a Luxor CUBE, which takes that controllability out of the fixture and puts it in line before each of these fixtures, and therefore I can have that zoning and dimming control still through the Luxor.
Okay. Do you have any tips or tricks in lighting that you could use these fixtures for that might help some of our customers that are diving into lighting for the first time?
Sure. So a couple things to keep in mind. All three of these fixtures, they do come with 10 feet of lead, so it makes it very flexible when you're trying to install. Each of them also, at least the directional type fixtures, they all have this same knuckle base down here on the side. And what this does is this allows me to use what we call pro-aim adjustability. A common problem with anything that adjusts at a pivoting point, the screw over time will become loose. But we recognize that concern and risk, and so we actually have teeth built into the knuckle adjustability to give you kind of what I call more of a bite and lock configuration. So that's going to keep it in position, held longer, whether held longer over time or even when the bumps come from the little kids in the backyard.
Okay. Yeah, you actually are able to keep this guy locked in place and secure in the ground.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So I think that we've talked about a lot of really good qualities of this lighting line and what we can achieve from it, and that it's also for anybody who's already in the industry and is seasoned and people that are coming into it to start out. I really appreciate your time, so thank you so much, Ryan.
Thank you very much, Greg.
And thank you guys for stopping by again. We'll see you next time on the Counterbuzz.
Thank you.